Here we go.
Go! Oh, what the? You win!
Okay, round one to us.
Go! Ah, but you! You win!
Hey, we won! Not bad.
Not too.
Alright, so he won his Pearl. That's surprising. Usually I suck at that game, but I think I've gotten a lot better. Hey there, Rufus. What are you hiding? You got a guilty conscience? Listen, Booger Breath, my grandpappy could devour a family with 8 kids in 17 seconds. My daddy could do it in 12. And I plan on being able to do it in less than 10. Alright, fine. Good for you. Now, you might have noticed that there was a scrap of paper on the desk that he kind of quickly covered up.
Step right up, little lady. Come try your luck at Peepers.
You will in a minute. Now, we can get a good look at what that scrap of paper is from up here with our camera. R8P9. I believe we can use it on this door here. R8P9. R8P9. Hooray! Now the thing about the codes in this game is that they're randomly generated every time you do a different playthrough. So chances are the code that you find in your game will be completely different from what I'm getting. So don't base what I'm seeing for what you get. Unfortunately, it is randomly generated. Anyway, let's loot this place now. So we got several boosts. And a pearl. Thank you, Rufus.
Sorry, Rufus. I may seem a little pushy, but Hillis needs this more than you do.
Oh, we definitely need it more than he does. Hello there. Can I do anything for you? Take this ticket for me, will you? What is it? The code for one of the Alpha Section safes where they stock what they've stolen from the Hillians. Do you know where the safe is? In a shed of Fountain Square on your right. All I wanted to do was feed my family. I never should have taken it. Before I could even use it, I found myself all alone. They took all of them away from me. Poor guy.
Well done, Yeet.
So we got an Alpha Sections ticket. Now, unfortunately, we won't be able to even use that ticket for a while because one of the doors is locked with a special key. So we need to wait till we get the special key to open the door. Anyway, this is Peepers here. Hello, Peepers. Little girl in this dive? You raise pigs near the ocean. Close enough.
Account identification.
Yeah, I'll play
okay.
a game. How much do you have to lose? Let's start with 50. It's the left one. Okay, now I'll try 100. 100 units. right one. And now I'll bet 200. It's the center one again. I've always been pretty good at these types of games. Now, you don't really get much else out of that unless you want to just keep making easy units. But to progress, we need to say the code word to him. Safe and sound in its shell, the precious pearl is the slave of the currents. I am indeed interested in pearls. It's this one.
I'll let you have room 3. I'm sure you'll like it. There's a beautiful old locker. I suggest you take a look at it.
Alright, then I will. Thank you, peepers.
Perfecto. I've scanned it.
W8 and 4. Oops. It's a W8 and 4. Nothing else of interest in here, so let's just check out the locker. And hello to a secret passage to the Iris Den. You seem to have lost your fake mustache there, Han.
Friends, allow me to introduce you to Jade, our new agent. I was hoping you'd make it. Come closer. This is May, editing and distribution of our newspaper, Iris. Nino, radio operator, transmissions, and tireless poster sticker.
Hey.
On these screens, you can see the majority of our correspondence. They operate all over the universe from more than 13 different systems. You already know Peepers. It was his idea to offer you the job. He knew you would complete the test successfully.
You'd have to be blind not to see it. The kid's bursting with talent.
Now listen up,
Peepers,
Jade.
please.
The events are gaining momentum. A Dom's bomb has exploded in the canal. Obviously, the Alpha sections have sealed off the sector. They've embarked everyone there.
To take care of them, right?
No hospital has received any victims, Jade. The governor of Hillis contacted us as soon as she heard the news. She's willing to help us, but her HQ is under surveillance. You could help us to save these people, Jade. Nino, give us a brief on the situation.
Here's what we know. The victims are kidnapped by Alpha Section agents. They are then taken to the Neutrophils factory. Shuttles are then used to take them to the old slaughterhouses. And from there, they are loaded into military cruisers headed for the moon.
We don't know what they're forced to suffer. None of our agents have ever returned from these cursed places. 4 days ago, we lost contact with Double H in the Neutrophils factory. He was our best agent. And friend. Double H was supposed to have brought back proof of the Dom's traffic. His last photos are terrifying.
A spirit eater.
We need someone to take over the mission, Jade. You can refuse.
Continue.
We need proof. 1, you get inside the Neutrophils factory. 2, you take pictures of the Alpha sections and their victims. You'll be in constant contact with May. She'll broadcast your photos as quickly as she receives them. People must know the truth.
Yeah, I'd like to know too. Like who's actually telling the truth in all this?
Here's an official city pass. We got it thanks to the governor. It will open certain doors for you. Good luck.
Okay, so we got ourselves a city pass.
Parfait. I stock it.
Jade, I burned an M disk for you, if you want it. I put it over there. Everything is explained in detail.
Alright, now I know, thanks. You've never been found out by the Alpha sections? You take every possible precaution. we work in small, independent groups. The chief of the Hillis section uses that receiver on the wall there to communicate with us. None of us knows his real identity or where he hides out. Oh, that's kind of shady. What kind of photos do you need? There's a double objective. Reveal the human traffic that the DOMs are operating to the people of Hillis, and show them that the Alpha sections are their accomplices. Okay. Alright, so we have our next objective. The Pearl and the Currents. We'll look at that a little bit later. Can we trust the governor? She's already helped us out a lot. She has a special team of decoding experts. If you're stuck in front of a lock, send her a photo of the serial number. They can break any code you give them. Okay. The closest seller to here is in the square at Mingzhu's. Don't hesitate to ask him for a copy. It's free to all members. Okay, I'll do that. And then this is May, which we need a picture of for our inventory. A Felis Sapiens.
Splendid picture.
Is Double H able to give you some information about the factory? The last contact we had from him is on the M disk. Then nothing. Alright then. So let's get out of the Iris Den. So they suspect that...
Jade, you'll have to pick a code name to sign your articles with.
Shawnee.
Shawnee. Anyway, as I was gonna say, so they suspect that at the Nutripills factory there's human traffic going on, and it's gonna be up to us to figure out if that's true or not.
Keep up the good work, sugar. And one day, you just might come out of your shell.
Thanks, I guess, Beavers. So if the Alpha sections really are working with these DOMs aliens, then that is very unnerving. The Nutripills factory, you know where it's at? Southgate. Giant crowbar for 300-meter long nails. Okay. I'm still surprised I beat Francis. His name's Francis, right? Yeah, it is. Usually it takes me several tries to beat him. Anyway, now that we have a city pass, we have complete access to the outside area of the Pedestrian District. However, some areas are still not open to us.
We need a special key.
Like these doors that require special keys to open that I was talking about earlier. So let's head over this way. The first place we're going to stop by is over here to Mingzhu's shop. Hello there, Mingzhu. You got it.
At count, identification, okay.
Now we need to take a picture of him, because he's a walrus sapiens.
Transmission received. I'll file it right away.
And we also need to take a picture of his fish as well. A koi kumon ryu.
Splendid picture.
Okay, let's see what you got for us, Mingzhu. A Meca-Impulser. I'll definitely buy that.
Bravo, Yid.
A lot of this stuff is very expensive, but it is worth it. A PA1.
Well done, Yid.
Now this is a handy little item, an animal detector.
Parfait.
This thing will detect all animals present when you consult your map. And then likewise, There's also a pearl detector, which does the same thing, only for pearls.
Parfait. I
Detects all
stock
pearls
it.
present. So those are definitely a good investment. I'll buy the pearl for 4,000, essentially. And then finally, I'll buy the super attack power-up.
Bravo, Yeet.
Super attack strengthened. During the aerial phase of the super attack, press X repeatedly to fire in bursts. Okay, so we've cleaned out Mingzhu Shop. No, not bad. Now let's say the code thing to him. You like haikus, do you? I have an excellent collection of works. Why don't we go take a look in my storeroom? Impressive. If you like, I can also subscribe you to the Iris Flash. That way you'll get live news flashes by email. Of course, everything's free for members. I'll take these issues from the Iris Network. And I'll also subscribe to the Iris Flash.
Perfect, you're signed up. Now you'll receive the live news flashes.
Thank you, Mingzhu. And I'll just go ahead and take these.
Welcome. You will now receive live news flashes from the Iris Network.
So now we're subscribed to both the Hylian Word and the Iris Network, so that we can hear live news events from both sides. So that might be interesting. Okay, there's another shop that's just around the corner here. I believe this guy's name is Nori. Yep, it's Nori.
Account identification. Okay.
So he has a couple goodies for sale. For example, that PA-1.
Okay, digitalization terminated.
Okay, good. We got another one for our collection. Now go ahead and buy that pearl as well.
Hill is under fire from the Dom's meteors. The Alpha sections are overwhelmed by the events. Read issue number 512 from Iris.
And I think I'll go ahead and buy 2 boxes of K-bups for me. Alright, that'll do. For the record, if you're ever like running low on health supplies and stuff, I think that his inventory of Starkos and K-bups just infinitely respawns. So if you have the money, you can buy as much as you want. Now I believe there's a door we can go through. Yep, it's right here. Transit.
Protected district is what they call it. They let everything go to the dogs.
In any case, there's a passage. We can sneak through.
Alright, so let's go ahead and move that locker out of the way. Then Jade will be on her own for this segment.
There's something going on over there. I'm gonna go have a look.
Stay there.
Alright, so if there's a high laser beam, just duck under it, and if there's a low laser beam, just use the dodge thing over it. Now if we take a look here, notice that there's some supply crates going around on these conveyor belts. Wonder what could be in those. So we're gonna have to be crossing a lot of these conveyor belts to get to where we need to go. God, we are poor now. But all that stuff we bought was worth it. Oops. Alright, let's keep going. Gonna have some more lasers to dodge here.
Huh.
So far, but now we're gonna have to start worrying about dodging these crates. Ooh, I was gonna get trapped there. Just have to use these side platforms to wait until it passes by. Unfortunately, Jade just can't climb over them. That would be too easy. Forgotten that she has like a roll move if you use the dodge while she's ducking. Alright, we made it. Didn't get a scratch on us either. And ta-da! Pearl taken back from the Alpha sections.
There was some kind of weird traffic going on with some cases, and a Pearl.
Alright, and that's pretty much all we can do there, so let's leave. Okay, so we have our objective. We need to be heading for the Neutrophils factory next. But I think I've gotten close to... It's almost been 2 hours now, so I think it would probably be a good stopping point soon. But before I do that, we'll just head back in here and look at some of the M discs that I've collected. Alright, so first off, let's look at the Pearl and the Currents. Freedom Operation.
The Alpha sections have deceived us. Since the beginning of the war, they have been controlled by the Dons and profit from the general chaos to kidnap innocent people. Thanks to Double H, we now know where the victims are taken to on Hillis. 1. The Neutrophils factory. 2. The old slaughterhouse in the shuttles. 3. The moon in a cargo cruiser. We must put an end to this nightmare. Every proof we can find relating to this conspiracy will bring us more and more support from the people. A general uprising would allow us to overthrow the Alpha sections and save thousands of innocent lives. If the revolt spreads, we may be able to end this war. But we need photographic evidence to find out exactly what's going on at the factory. Photos of the victims. Photos of the Alpha sections without their helmets on to know who they really are. That's where you come in, Jade. You take over Double H's mission. Here's his last report.
Ship's log, Double H.
1923. I am in the Forbidden Zone. 1930. I can see the shuttles coming and going from the upper platform. 2003. I have succeeded in penetrating into the factory. 2050. I'm exhausted. I must have swam almost 2 miles. 2110. I'm inside. That's it. I can see the black cases. A noise. Hey, what the?
Apparently, they've trained a Reaper. The presence of this animal along with the Sigma rays are the proof of the presence of a Spirit Eater.
Oof, a Reaper? That doesn't sound very nice.
These are his last shots. We've had nothing else for the last 4 days. Radio silence. Double H was our best reporter. He's done a lot for us. Thanks to him, the Iris Network was able to get in contact with the governor of Hillis. The governor is radically opposed to the Alpha sections and their methods, but she must not be found out. She's willing to help us if, on our side, we let the truth be known, and if more and more Hylians trust the Iris Network. If you find a door like this one, photograph it and send the picture to the governor. Her team of experts will try to find the code. We're counting on you, Jade. Be careful. Han.
So that Double H guy got himself captured, it sounds like. If he's still alive. He could be dead, too. Alright, let's check out these two things as well.
Iris 511, a new wave of kidnappings in the Pedestrian District. Reporter Double H. The Doms have once again struck hard at the Hylian population. Another 850 people have been reported missing since last week.
Yikes. 850 people.
The so-called protection given by the Alpha sections against the Doms' attacks is derisory at best.
It's not good. And let's look at this as well.
Iris 512. Hill is showered with Dom's meteors. Reporter Double H. The canals, the Mamago garage, and the lighthouse shelter suffered a violent attack from the Doms yesterday. The protective shields were not able to stop the Doms' meteors. The Alpha sections did not arrive on the scene until after the alert. The Alpha sections are incapable of assuring the protection of Hillis.
So if what they're saying is right, since the start of the war, the Alpha sections have been working with the Doms, and like I said before, they've just been keeping up the facade of helping people when they're actually kidnapping people for these aliens. It's gonna be up to us to figure out if that's the truth. Anyway, we got our next mission. We need to be heading to the Nutri-Pills factory, but I'm gonna be saving that for next time. Now, there are a couple more side things that we can do now that this section of the game is complete. I'll be doing those first, but then after that, we'll be heading over to the Nutri-Pills factory. I don't think it should take terribly long. But that'll be for next time. So see you next time when we take on the Nutri-Pills factory and such. See you then, guys.